about to start reading Layla by Colleen Hoover. I'm gonna read for a few hours because that's usually what I do on Saturdays. I read for a little bit and then I'll catch you later. It's been a couple of days since I last filmed. On Saturday, I really only read like 20 pages and then I just watched like a Disney live stream because I really wasn't in the mood to read very much, but at least I read a little bit, so that's good. But then on Sunday, yesterday was my sister's birthday, so I spent all day like celebrating her and stuff, and I didn't really read. Although I did read, on Sunday, I read a little bonus chapter on my phone from the book The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I'm on like this email list, and she sent out like an extra chapter in Nick's perspective. So I started reading that a little bit. So I guess I did read a little, but now it's Monday. There's a person there. It's Monday and I just got done taking a test for 4 hours. I had to drive here. Before I drive back, I think I'm gonna just like read a few pages of my book and then just go home. I just got back home from my test and I did my schoolwork. And now I'm like just laying in my bed scrolling through TikTok, like contemplating whether I should read my book or not, because to be honest, I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. But I think I'm gonna try and read at least a chapter. I made a coffee when I got home to give me a little energy, but to be honest, coffee really doesn't affect me very much. So, and it's like raining outside, so it's like a cozy little vibe in here, so hopefully I'll want to read more than a chapter of this book, but anyway. I just went on a run in the pouring rain. My hair is still a little wet, you can see. I kind of like to find my curls, which I kind of like, but man, I was drenched after it. At first, on the way there, I'm like, this is gonna be fun. I'm so excited, this is gonna be great. It's like, why not run in the rain? Because I was gonna run either way. And I started running and I'm like, oh, this is fun, you know? It actually brought out my inner child, which is fun. It's important to do that sometimes, especially as you get older. But I'm not sure if that was a good idea of me to do that or not. But anyway, I'm back home now. I'm dry. And I'm about to start reading my book again. Yesterday, I didn't update you on how much I read of my book. I read about, here, I'm on chapter 5, page 59. I read for a little bit and then I got so tired that I took a nap for like a little bit, and just naps after reading books are like the best naps I've ever taken. Like, they're so good, and usually I don't like taking naps, but I've started to like enjoy taking naps now. But yeah, so I took a little nap and then I continued reading, and now I'm on page 156. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I got my coffee and my water. I'm ready to read. Okay, my goal is to read the rest of this book today. So yesterday I got to about, I think I already told you, yesterday I got to about like 160, and there is like 300 pages. So let's see if I can finish this today. sure whether I enjoyed this book or it just freaked me out a little. I mean, the ending was good, but going through it, I'm like, I'm not sure if I enjoyed it or not. I mean, it was interesting. I don't know if I don't really want to talk about it. I'm not very good at explaining books. But basically, I'll just tell you like a little part. Basically, oh my gosh, just talking about it, this is strange. There's this guy named Lead, and then this girl named Layla. They fell in love at her sister's wedding, which was at this bed and breakfast place. They met there, blah blah blah. And then like a few weeks later, his ex shows up at his house because he posted a Instagram post of Layla and Lead together, and his ex, which is like obsessed with him, and created a fan page of him even before they were dating. She came to the house and she shot Layla in the head, and so then she got like an injury and stuff. And after that, he just like saw something in Layla, like she wasn't the same. So he decided they needed like a change of scenery, and so they went back to the bed and breakfast, which turns out that the people who owned it, they were selling it, so he rented out the whole place. And while they were there, he like met this ghost or something, and he like started talking to her through his laptop, and her name is Willow. And then one night, like, she possessed Layla and like went into Layla, and he started like having conversations with her, and he started like catching feelings for her, I guess. On the day where Sable, which was his ex, on the day that she came to his house and shot Layla, he shot Sable because she shot Layla, sorry. So on that day, Layla and Sable, they both like kind of like practically died at the same time, and both of their like souls were there in the room. So I think it got like switched up or something somehow, I don't know. And Sable's soul went into Layla's body. And Layla's soul, or whatever, like went to the bed and breakfast, if you understand what I'm saying. So Sable's soul has been stuck in Layla's body this whole time, ever since the accident, I guess you could say. So hello, it's Kylie from the future. I'm now realizing that I practically spoiled the whole story. I need to work on that and not give spoilers the next time I tell you guys about the books I'm reading. So I'm not going to put the rest of the clip in where I tell you like everything that happened. I'm not going to tell you what happened at the end. So you guys will have to read the book to figure it out. But yeah, that was a crazy book. I think it took a few days to process what I read, but it was pretty good. But yeah, I would recommend reading it if you like the like supernatural, like ghost world kind of thing mixed in with romance and stuff. I don't know, but anyway, it was an interesting book. I don't know how Colleen Hoover thought of it, because you gotta have a very wide imagination for that, I guess you could say. I'm not sure what I would rate it though. Maybe like a 3.5. Now I have to figure out what book I'm gonna read next. I'm thinking I kind of want like a romance, like a simple romance kind of book, you know. I might just read this book next. As Seen on TV. I think I'm gonna read this book next, but not today because I need to have time for this book to like sit, if you know what I mean. But tomorrow I'm gonna start reading this book. So I started reading this book. It's As Seen on TV by Meredith Shore. I don't know if I said that right, but it's so good. Like, it's just like a simple like romance book that's, I don't know, it's just so good. It says up here at the top, it says adorable and steamy fun that's full of Gilmore Girls vibes. And she like talks about Gilmore Girls in it. She goes, she's a writer, but she goes from New York to the small town to write like a story on this like new development that they're building in the small town. She goes there from watching like being like a huge fan of like Hallmark movies, which I love because I love watching Hallmark shows. I will actually watch Hallmark movies every Saturday night with my grandparents. Like, I love Hallmark Channel so much. So I just love how I can like relate to this in this sort of way. I don't know. For like her love for small towns. But she goes to this small town thinking it's gonna be like a Hallmark movie, but it's like completely different. Something bouncing off the light, sure to catch my eye. I finished reading this book for today. I got to chapter 16. I could have read more, but I ended up scrolling on TikTok for a while, which is horrible. Like, I have a horrible like problem with scrolling on TikTok. I know, I need to fix that. But anyway, this is a really good book so far. I really like it. A bittersweet darkness deep, curious delight. I've been reading this book for an hour maybe. I'm on chapter 22. I would highly recommend reading this book if you want that just like simple like romance, like small town, like big city to small town romance kind of vibe, like a Hallmark kind of vibe. It's so good. And the romance in it, I just love this like simple like Hallmarky romance. I just love it. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. Say you've been here before, but that's no way to close your heart. I swear we could find it again in this life. Ooh, darling. I have a pimple right here and it is so annoying. I look like Rudolph, but I can't do anything about it, so I just have to live through it. This morning, I woke up so excited to read my book. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish it because I have that much left to read. I love those books where you just like wake up the next day and you just have an excitement to like pick it up again and continue reading it. That means it's a good book. I'm on chapter 40 and there's not much pages left, so I think I'm gonna finish it today, but I'm just in like a reading mood right now, so I think I'm gonna read another book today also, but I don't know. It's RSN. I just finished this book. So good. I gave it a 5 stars because I especially love the parts where she mentioned like Hallmark Channel and like she mentioned some of like the Hallmark Channel movies that I've watched and some of the actors. It makes me want to like visit a small town now and see if it's like true. If like small towns are like the Hallmark movie small towns or if they're like a small town in this movie or in this book. But it was so good. I highly recommend read this book if you love Hallmark Channel. But if you don't, just read it anyway because it's so good. I think she's one of my new favorite authors. I've never heard of her, Meredith Shore. So I think I'm gonna look up some of her other books and read them because I loved this book. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed reading with me for a week. I love filming these videos, like these like book videos, so I think I'm gonna film them more often. Anyway, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.